Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-match press conference for the game between Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe in the Super Six. We've got the coach for Zimbabwe, Dave Housen, ready to take your questions.
Coach, not the result you wanted, but right now the crowd is still singing out there. What does that do for the players, knowing that they still are convinced that there's a plan here?
You know, I talk a lot to the players about the brand of cricket that we have. We try to score as quickly as we could. We know we needed 270, 280 minimum to compete. Sri Lankan bowlers, the spinners in particular, caused us problems. But at the end of the day, the guys were out there trying to win games of cricket. You know, in the past, we would have blocked the ball around and tried to get to 180 or something for six and save face, and it wouldn't have looked particularly good. We tried our best to win today, and I think the crowd appreciates that, and that's why they're still out there singing. I think also they were aware that coming into this game, whatever happened, we were going to have to win on Tuesday, and now it's even more certain we're going to have to win on Tuesday.
And knowing that you still have another shot at it, that must sort of give you, and that it's completely within your hands, that must give your team some sort of confidence.
Well, exactly. I mean, we've played really good cricket through this tournament, and, you know, both these sides, Sri Lanka and ourselves, came into this game unbeaten, so somebody was going to go away upset. Today it's us. But it hasn't hurt us at all, and we know that if we continue to play the brand of cricket we've been playing, we'll come Tuesday, we'll be fine.
And then you're looking at the fact that it's a loss, yes, but Sean Williams, 50 plus scores right now in the tournament. He is in the form of his life, isn't he?
He's having a fantastic tournament. I mean, he's probably in the form of his life. So, you know, we just hope like hell that continues as well into Tuesday and onwards. But to be fair, our batting throughout this tournament has been good as a whole. Obviously, ably led by Sean. But as a group, we've batted really well and put big scores on the board pretty much most of the time. So today wasn't our day. We put that down to the way Sri Lanka played. They had a great day and they gave us a good hiding today.
Okay, so Coach, obviously you're heading into a new game. This game doesn't really matter. But what are some of the lessons or key lessons that you got from today, especially looking at the errors that the boys made and how to correct them going into the second match?
I don't think that we made too many errors. I think we got out bowled by a person you're going to interview straight after me. And he bowled fantastically well, and I knew he was going to be problematic before we got into the game. We didn't play him particularly well. Now, we won't come across that sort of skill when we play Scotland. Scotland posed different threats completely. So I'm not taking too much notice of what we did today and how we will need to change any of that. I was more happy that we continued to try and attack the bowling. Even though we got bowled out, we were scoring at 5.5, 6 runs and over throughout, so that was good for me. And in the end, the score wasn't enough and they were able to cruise past us, so that didn't really reflect how we bowled either. So, you know, we got through this game, as I said, we got a hiding, and we'll just go to the next game with the same confidence we came into this game with.
Coach, you mentioned confidence. After one hit, how confident are you in terms of the boys delivering on Tuesday, and how are their confidence levels themselves?
You know, I've just been in the change room with the guys. There isn't a person's head that's low there at the moment. Everybody's full of confidence. You know, sometimes you just have to take a hit, and it's one of the things I've tried to put across to the team for the last year and a half. We can't guarantee that we're going to win every game. Sides will beat us because they're better than us. And on today's performance, Sri Lanka were way better than us, and they beat us. And we must just accept it and move on with the same confidence that we've had all along. And I think you'll find that's exactly how the players have reacted.
Dave, you've managed to win over the fans, and they're still celebrating as if we won today, and there's still that belief that on Tuesday we are going to the World Cup. How important again for them, for the fans to turn up again on Tuesday and make sure that on that historic moment, whatever happens, they'll be there?
Look, I think they're our secret weapon, our fans. I think they've been fantastic throughout this tournament. I know they'll turn up again on Tuesday. They've been fantastic supporters for us, and you know, our guys, even though we lose a game today, we know that we had another chance against Scotland, but I think our guys would be more upset that they feel they've let the fans down a little bit. But we can blame Sri Lanka for that. They played quite well.
Dave, very good spirited performance from the lads. And going into the game against Scotland on Tuesday, what are some of the things that you think you want to bring in that might just surprise or even overturn things against Scotland?
Well, if I tell you that, it won't be a surprise. But look, I think we just got to make sure that we come out and we put big runs on the board. I think if we put runs on the board, as we've done throughout this tournament, barring today, then we'll be fine. And I have no doubt that we will. I think our batting lineup has performed admirably throughout, ably led by Sean Williams, but really the middle order in particular has been an incredibly good engine room. I thought Craig Irvin, although he only got 20 odd today, showing signs that he's in a bit of form as well. So we come out against Scotland, put some runs on the board, and I think we'll have enough to put enough pressure on them to stop them.
Apologies if this one has been asked before. You coming into a game where you haven't played much at Queen's, while Sri Lanka obviously had played quite a lot. Obviously, they had an upper hand in terms of appreciating and knowing the field. You going on Tuesday, what would you rather do first, bat or bowl?
Gee, I don't know. I can't tell you now because we have to wait and see what the wicket looks like on Tuesday. But I don't think that the toss is making a difference. We've played, 7 or 8 games we've played, and we've won most of them and lost one. And I think we've only won 2 tosses, so in Harare and here. So I don't think the toss makes a difference. We would have been just as happy winning the toss and batting today. The difference was not the wicket at all. It was the skill of the Sri Lankan bowlers.
My final question. How do you then deal with the possibility of, is there a possibility of complacency, thinking, Scotland just before the qualifier, that match was decided by 2 p.m. The team really did a number on Scotland. How do you then deal with the fact that players might feel, it's just a formality playing against Scotland now?
We've had to deal with that the whole tournament with every side we've played against. And I made it quite clear right in the beginning, not just to us, but to everybody, that every side that's at this qualifier has the ability to beat the other side. Nobody's here because, they're not good enough, but they're just making up numbers. Everybody's good enough to beat you. So there's no complacency at the start of the tournament, and there'll be absolutely none on Tuesday.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, gentlemen.
No worries. Thank you.